Yo, what's going on, guys? Nizion here. We are back with another Grand Theft Auto 5 video. A little different kind of video. We're changing things up on this channel, trying some new things, and trying to keep it specifically towards Grand Theft Auto related content. Now, unfortunately, I haven't really been playing this game much, and I haven't been playing it for months, like religiously, or even playing it daily for a very long time. So the last time that I really touched this game is when the last update came out. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was for the agency, the Lamar and Franklin update. I forgot what the whole update was called, but I think it was something along the lines of that. But I wanted to do something different in today's video, and I wanted to make it a garage update, or essentially showing you guys what vehicles I personally own and what I personally use in Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. And this could be kind of helpful for you new players into Grand Theft Auto Online, or maybe you just want to get some ideas of some underrated or popular vehicles that you might want to add to your collection. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, I don't really think I ever made this kind of video updating my garage or talking about any of my vehicles that I personally own in games. So we're going to start off with my office garages. Now, these are the vehicles I don't really use that often, so that's where we're going to start with that. We have 3 levels, and I believe in each of the levels there's 3 different kinds of vehicles. So we're going to start with the office number 1, which are some of the vehicles that I don't use very often but I still like to collect. And we're going to start off right here with the Ocelot. The RA8 right here is the first vehicle. Obviously, for open wheel races or something like that, I would definitely use this vehicle, and maybe sometimes to drive around, but it's still a pretty cool car. And that is essentially it for that. And then we're going to move on to the Grotti Turismo Classic. And sorry guys if I'm not going to really be talking in depth about these cars. If they are something special, I would definitely say something about it, just like for this Grotti Turismo R. It's actually one of the fastest sports classic vehicles in the game. That's why I have it inside my garage. It's a different kind of color. I like this green, and the white rims kind of suit it in my personal opinion, so that's why I went ahead and chose this vehicle. And now we're going to move on to the Sentinel XX. Now, I like to have at least one car from each class, so whether that's one car from the sedan, supercar, sports, motorcycle, etc. This, I believe, is from the coupe class, and it is one of the few coupes that are in this game, so that's why I went and chose this. And it's very good statistically for its class itself, as well as for its price. You can actually find that for free in free mode as well. And now this is actually a free vehicle that I purchased a very long time ago. I believe 2 or 3 years back. I got it for free during Christmas, I believe it was, when Rockstar was doing an event. The Ubermacht Revolter, still a pretty decent vehicle. You can actually put machine guns on the front of it, but I just don't like it with it, so I just took that off. And now one of my favorite vehicles and one of my favorite sounding vehicles is the Benefactor Shafter V12 Armored. Now this is I believe, a sedan. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it is a sedan, as it is the armored variant. The sports variant is the one that isn't armored, I believe, but it still is a very, very fast car, and it sounds very good, and it drives and drifts very well in my personal opinion. Now we're going to move on to the Grotti Brioso RA. It is one of those mini cars, or I think it is a Fiat in real life, but it has a cool like next gen livery or pearlescent on it with this colorway. I just liked how it looked, so I just went ahead and put it on it. But that is it for the first level of this garage. I'm gonna go ahead and check to make sure if I don't have any other vehicles upstairs, because sometimes I forget about these vehicles and I don't really use them often. But we do have some vehicles up here, not a lot, but we're going to start off with the Ocelot Praia. I think you already know about this car already. It's one of the fastest straight line vehicles in the game. Still very, very good. The color I don't really like that much, and I might need to get a new paint job on it, but still decent. And now a lowrider. I mean, you have to have at least one lowrider in this game, so I went with the Vapid Peyote Custom. And now we're going to move on with the Coil Raiden, which I believe is over for the Tesla Model S Plaid in real life. Still a very, very fast car. Very cool to have a Tesla in GTA. I mean, why won't you? And then the Ocelot Jugular right here. Very good sounding. I like the pops and bangs from the exhaust of that vehicle. And then the Enos Paragon R Armored. Another free vehicle that you get for completing the Agatha Baker missions. but not a bad vehicle, and I like the matte livery, or the livery that I put on it anyways. Now I think I have a few more cars upstairs on 1C of this office garage right here. Yeah, I do have a few. So this is another very fast vehicle that actually bounces as well. It is the Classy Scramjet. You've probably seen this around, or you might have this yourself. A very fun vehicle. You can bounce around in it and just go all over Los Santos with the boost as well. It's very fun to have in the crimson red color kind of. And then we have the Pegassi Toros Lamborghini SUV. Very fun to drive, and a very fast SUV for that. And one of the worst handling vehicles in my personal opinion, the Baller, or any of the Ballers, to be honest. I just don't like the handling of them in the game. They just do not handle well at all, but still a pretty cool car to just have in your collection. Another free car that I got for, I think it was the previous Christmas, which is still, I mean, a free car, so you can't go wrong with it. But we're gonna move on to garage number 2. All right, so garage 2 of this 3-car garage, I believe, are just motorcycles, and I think I only have motorcycles or vehicles on this level, the 2A level. So we're gonna start off with the Nagasaki Carbon S. Yes, a free vehicle also, I believe it was, for being a social club member, but still a very fun and fast vehicle. And now we're going to move on to the LCC Sanctus. This was also another free vehicle. You can see the trend going on with me just getting free vehicles, but this is a very cool looking one because I just like the skeleton head on the front of it, or the skull with the light up lights for the eyes. I like that as well. Actually, I might just show you guys right now. When you turn this bike on, the lights turn on. Well, the headlights should turn on, but they're just not turning on, and I don't want to modify it, so I guess you'll have to do your own research on that. But still a very cool looking vehicle. Now the OG Pegassi Bati 801, still one of the fastest motorcycles in the game, and I just like how it looks, man. I just really do like how it looks. Now the Nagasaki BF 400, very good off-road vehicle as well. I just have it because in off-road races I don't really like using the off-road trucks or cars. I just like using this vehicle, so that's why I have it in my collection. And now we're gonna move on to a different kind of vehicle, the Nagasaki Street Blazer. Most of these motorcycles are Nagasaki, but this one is a cool vehicle. You know, you can just drive around the street. I like how it has a spoiler. The exhaust sounds pretty cool also. And that is it for, I believe, the whole of garage 2, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so now we are on the office garage level 3, or garage 3. And this is where there's just a bunch of free cars that I have. Nothing is really modified in here, so I'm gonna go through them really fast. We have the Duke Death, pretty good armored free vehicle, the Chameleon, and then the Stallion, and then the Hot Knife, the Elegy RH8, the GTR, whatever you like to call it, the Albany Hermes. And now I know we have some more vehicles upstairs because I just bought all the vehicles that are said to be free off Southern San Andreas and everywhere really. And now we have the Ballista Compact, the Vapid Click, the Bravado Redwood Gauntlet, we have the Burger Shot Stallion, the Sprunk Buffalo, and the Pisswasser Dominator, and the Mammoth Patriot. You know, you get some random things. You're spinning the wheel at the casino, and I got myself that Patriot. So I mean, it's very random, but it is what it is. Now I know that we have this whole garage filled up, I believe. Do we? No, we don't. Okay, so I lied. It's so convenient to like literally just walk across the street from my CEO office and then just reach my apartment. That's what I like about the Del Piero apartment and this Mazebank West office garage. It's just right beside each other. So we're gonna start off in the garage right here with the Pegassi Turator. Now this is very cool because it can go underwater. It has a very good boost, a long-lasting boost that you can use to drive around with. And it's just a cool looking car, man. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. I think it was one of the James Bond cars, but it's still a very, very cool car. So now we're gonna move on to the next one. One of my personal favorites, to be honest, when it comes to the supercar class, because the price to performance and the looks are very good. This is the Principe Devaste 8. Very cool, luxury looking vehicle. So the Karen S95 is one of those vehicles that you upgrade from the Los Santos, what is it called again? Yeah, the car meet. You upgrade it from the car meet, but it is a new car that is for the next generation of consoles, which are the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S and X exclusive. but this was for free for the PlayStation 5, so I didn't really purchase it anyways. But a good looking JDM vehicle. Now we're gonna move on to the Progen Emirates. Now this is one of my favorite and the best handling vehicle in my personal opinion in this game. It's very fast, very good at handling, and I just love how it drives and how it looks, to be honest. That's why I bought it for the collection right here. And now we're gonna move on to a very good sports car, the Grotti Italia GTO. I just like how it looks. It might not be at the tier of the RSX in performance wise, but at the level of how it looks like, I don't really think you could beat it in this class. I just love how it looks. It's just amazing, and it drives very well. But now we're gonna move on to the infamous Karen Kuruma Armored. Now this has been talked about constantly in a lot of my previous videos. I mean, why can you not talk about this car? It's very good, even up till this day, very helpful in contact missions and just driving around, and you know, the armor ability and just the overall drivability of this vehicle is very good. I have to have off-road rims on this car though, because driving this car off-road is a nightmare. It just drifts all over the place, but it's still pretty fast even till this day for a sports armored vehicle. But now moving on to one of my favorite vehicles in the game as well. This is the Bravado Buffalo STX. Very good. I love this livery, this wrap, whatever you like to call it. Just makes it stand out and look very cool. It's got all the Imani tech you need on it. Now we're going to move on to the Heavy Night Shark and the Heavy Insurgent pickup. Now these two are pretty similar. Yeah, that's why I just don't really want to touch on to them too much. They're just armored vehicles. You just drive around with them, have some fun. The Night Shark is a little better in terms of speed, and the Insurgent is better if you want friends driving around together with the gun on the top. Very cool. But now we're gonna move on to the final vehicle, and probably the worst or best vehicle on this list, and that is this shitbox right here, the Oppressor Mark II. Now you probably heard about this, and it is one of the worst vehicles in terms of grief ability and just using it to drive around and blow shit up. But it's still kind of fun, you know, if you want to mess around in free mode. It's good for free mode challenges and like prep work and etc. But aside from that, I mean, that's really all I can say about this vehicle. It is still pretty expensive, but it's some vehicle that, you know, you need to have in your collection. It's definitely going to have to be the Mark II Oppressor. You know, you just have to have this vehicle in your collection, whether you hate it or you love it. But that is going to be it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below, what else do you want to see on this channel, especially towards Grand Theft Auto related videos and etc. What do you guys want to see? Do you have anything special or anything specific in mind that you want me to touch back on? Maybe another money tutorial or another rank up RP tutorial. Let me know all of that down below in the comments. Now if you enjoyed today's video, a like rating would really help this channel out and also mean a lot. So that's been it. It's been Enthusiast. I'll be catching you guys all in my next video. Peace out.